The scariest part wasn't that my husband punished our kid. It was how sure he looked while he was wrong, twice. I came home to find my 9-year-old, Evan, folded on the stairs with his head between his knees, crying so hard his shoulders shook. In the kitchen, my husband, Caleb, was making dinner like nothing was happening. What happened? I asked. He didn't even turn around. He lied to my face. About what? I set the grocery bags down. Caleb wiped his hands and said, I asked if he turned off the game console before school. He said yes. I checked. Still on. Wasted electricity all day. Evan's voice cracked. I thought I did. I pressed the button. Caleb's tone was flat, final. That's what liars say when they get caught. The console was old, the kind that lagged and sometimes didn't register. Maybe it didn't shut down, I said. Caleb's jaw tightened. Or maybe he's covering. Punishment dropped instantly. No games for 2 weeks. And Evan had to write. I will not lie to my father 100 times before bed. I watched him copy the sentence until his hand cramped, and it hit me. This wasn't teaching responsibility. It was teaching fear. 3 days later, I found Evan sitting on the closed toilet lid, eyes swollen. Dad took my phone. He whispered. Why? His lip trembled. He asked if I brushed my teeth this morning. I said yes. He checked my toothbrush and said it wasn't wet. Caleb appeared in the doorway, holding up the toothbrush like evidence. Bone dry, he said. He didn't brush. I took it, then looked at the clock. 3 p.m. Evan, when did you brush? Before school. Like 7 hours ago? I turned to Caleb, keeping my voice steady. Of course it's dry. A toothbrush doesn't stay damp for 7 hours. Caleb's eyes narrowed. He's lying, and you're making excuses. Evan lost his phone for a week. He stared at the floor like he'd learned a new rule. Telling the truth didn't protect him. It just gave Caleb something to argue with. That night, I called Caleb's mom, Marilyn. Did Caleb's dad accuse him of lying a lot? She went quiet, long enough to make my stomach knot. All the time, she finally said. Caleb could tell the truth and still be called a liar until he started doubting himself. My throat tightened. He's doing it to Evan. Marilyn exhaled. I was afraid of that. I sat on Evan's bed later while he read. Does Dad ever believe you when you tell the truth? Evan thought, then shrugged. Not really. He always thinks I'm hiding something. I swallowed. Does that make you want to lie? He hesitated. Sometimes, because I get punished either way. In one sentence, my kid explained exactly how you create dishonesty. That weekend, Caleb accused Evan of eating the last granola bar. Evan said he didn't. Caleb made him dump his backpack on the floor to prove it. Papers, pencils, a library book, nothing. Caleb didn't apologize. He just stared like the lack of evidence was suspicious too. I packed 2 suitcases while Caleb was at the gym. When he came home and saw them by the door, his face drained. What's going on? Evan and I are staying at my mom's. Why? Because you keep punishing him for being honest. And I won't watch him shrink in his own house. Caleb shook his head. He lies. No, I said. You expect lies because your father trained you to see them. Evan appeared at the top of the stairs with his backpack already on. I'm ready, Mom. Caleb looked up, voice breaking. Evan's face was calm in that terrifying way kids get when they've stopped hoping. It's okay, Dad. I know you think I'm a liar. Caleb had no answer. A week later, Caleb came to my mom's and asked to speak to Evan alone. No, I said. If you're here to apologize. Caleb sat across from Evan at the kitchen table, hands shaking. I'm sorry about the console, the toothbrush, the granola bar. You weren't lying. I was wrong. Evan finally looked up. Do you believe me now? Caleb nodded, eyes wet. I believe you. Evan went back to his homework like he just watched a door unlock. 2 days later, I filed for separation, not because Caleb said the right words, but because my son deserved a home where truth wasn't a trap. Drop one word in the comments: trust or control.